got a box. Which I guess has 10 items in it. It's just let's do this for a little while because I have a couple of other things. First of all, I got Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, I guess a graphical novel or something like that. I don't know, it's really fucking huge. Come with a poster and these, which is pretty awesome. I haven't read it yet though. And I also got Hentai Heaven Volume 2, which is a Blu-ray combination of 2 Hot for Teacher and Sexual Sacrifice. Whatever. So now let's grab these, since obviously these are just DVD Blu-ray versions of the same thing, which is the new Blame, because I remember there's an old thing called Blame. Content audio in English and Espanol, which is something that contains audio in English and Spanish probably. Don't know if this Blame has anything to do with the old Blame though. Can you blame me? Fucking plastic. Of course I noticed the stuff inside, so so DVD and Blu-ray contents look the same. I see a region A. Focus, you piece of crap, come on. This has been a lousy day if you can't tell. Well, it says it's English and Spanish audio, so let's see. Just a simple disc. Next up we have, let's see if there's anything in here that's a DVD version of this. I'm not seeing anything. The Toriko the Movies, Secret Recipe of Gourmet God? Okay. Japanese, English subtitles. I see region A on there. So. Next up we have The Life of Budori Gusuko. I see English dub, region A only though. I don't know much about this. Nice and straightforward. Next up we have Tenjho, the complete collection on Blu-ray. Now this has been released on DVD a long time ago. I'm seeing English, region A. You know, this is obviously not the same people who released the original a long time ago. But I don't even know who that was. I'm not sure what to think about the show itself. It had some really neat concepts, but it seemed to just fucking drag on with this flashback that I didn't care about. Like, it seemed like the entire second half of the series was only that or something. Oh well. Yeah, I think I already looked at all that stuff. On 2 discs. I guess that shouldn't be too surprised since the original was probably a very high definition. Next up we have GinTama Series 3 Part 1, Blu-ray plus DVD, and region A, but I do believe they started dubbing. So I have to see if this says, does this actually say? Oh, okay. Episodes 266 through 291, alright. So this is nowhere near where previous release came off. This is Series 3. Yeah, not Season 3. It's kind of unfortunate because I might not watch it. I kind of need to see Series 1 and 2, I think. But at least I can collect it and let people who will want to watch it. Okay, let's begin by taking a peek. That, and this is an art book. A very simple one, but I don't know, there was some neat GinTama artwork in there. And this is Blu-ray 1, obviously, Blu-ray 2, Blu-ray 3. I'm not going to try and tempt fate by... I guess I'll just put those in that little corner there. It's DVD 1, 2, 3, and 4, and behind DVD 4 here's the other part of that picture, which I don't want to look at in too close of a detail because some of these discs feel kind of like they might be loose and fall out. Next up we have Tomorrow's Joe Blu-ray DVD combo pack. This is Tomorrow's Joe the movie. It might not be the same thing that came up before, I don't know. I see a lot of audio options there. Okay, English and Japanese at different... Oh, Blu-ray and DVD things, okay. Does this say region A? So, a lot of US only stuff here for coming out. And of course, DVD, and there's Blu-ray. With a reversible cover. Interesting. So if you prefer that image or that image, it looks like those are your options. Of course, you only have one choice for the slipcover, but that's the way slipcovers work. Yeah, only one choice for the slipcover. Next up, we've got Great Mazinger, the complete series, which I'm pretty sure I don't have. The audio is Japanese, subtitles English. Great. Oh, what was... Okay, that appears to be it. There's a little lip there, which is unfortunate because it probably means that... Oh, I guess I'm not seeing it having taken any cardboard with it. Oh well. So 8 discs, and some sort of super mega image there, but I can't even process what it is, and this heavy floppy thing in the middle makes it kind of hard. Oh well. Interesting. Next up we have let's see, 2 Zatch movies, I guess. Don't know much about Zatch. Japanese with English subtitles according to that down there. Region A there, and stuff. I think what's their faces got to release a lot of stuff. The Discotheque or Eastern Star. I don't know. Maybe they were always the same company, or maybe they merged. I don't know. They're both on one Blu-ray. And last but not least, Robot Carnival on Blu-ray. Blu-ray. English, Japanese, Region A. I really ought to watch it. Maybe on Blu-ray. There's increased chance of that. I don't know. There we go. This week's anime DVD collection update. Okay, so I finished watching Arpeggio, Blue Steel, and it was pretty good. I'm trying to think what was slightly off about it. There were little things, but overall, I guess it was more interesting than I was afraid it would have been from before the first episode and during the first episode, even though my attitude kept changing. Oh well. Anyways, enjoyed it. Watched One Piece Season 9 Voyage 4, you know, with my friend as usual, and it's entertaining. It's there were neat things about it. I don't know what I want to go into detail about, you know, in case you've never watched this far into One Piece. But there's parts of it where it kind of feels like it's just on the verge of meandering a bit. Not really having as much purpose, but it's not necessarily there. So I wouldn't call this arc bad. Just, I don't know, it could just be that I don't have a good feel of the timing for season 9, whatever Smart Funimation is calling season 9. And to give them some credit, they're probably having to deal with bullshit that 4 Kids Left Behind, but you know, because season 2 is just ridiculously huge chunk. But yeah, overall, it would have been nice to have kept going. It felt slower than I really would have wanted it to be. It maybe is feeling a little like it's in that standard shonen rut of make everybody too interesting and distract us from maybe not making progress. Although, granted, it doesn't feel as bad as like Naruto in that regard. Oh well. And I'm 3 episodes in the Flappers, and in some ways I have to say this anime actually fails the 3 episode test, because I watched 3 episodes and I'm not sure what it's about, why I should be interested in continuing watching it per se. It gave things that a lot of people should probably like, and there wasn't anything about it that was just like not entertaining. It's just, it kind of reminds, the closest thing I can think of that this might be like is maybe FLCL, except, you know, you can't really compare the first 3 episodes of that to this because you're talking about half of FLCL. So if you go with just the first episode of FLCL, well, you kind of have a better idea of FLCL makes itself more obvious that there is something going on that's related to the narrative of the people involved, whereas Flip Flappers introduces a weird mechanic, and no, maybe not a weird mechanic, but just a weird setup, and just sort of does it. Which makes me think that if you enjoy that sort of thing, you enjoy that sort of thing. Because, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, and it's not necessarily bad, it's just not what I'm looking for watching at the moment, I guess. Which is hard because it means I'm not sure if I'm going to put the disc back in and watch the 4th. The disc came out in order to watch a certain magical index, because I'm showing that to my brother. And that one explores some interesting, different ideas, stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Because outside of that, I'm not sure what else there is to really talk about, because I don't even remember if I've watched it. Well, I'm showing my friend Steven Universe, and that show kind of gains momentum, which is unfortunate because you eventually catch up and then you no longer have that momentum. You're at waiting point. But it sounds like 4 episodes came out recently, and the next time I see my brother, I guess I'm going to watch it with him. Oh. But outside that, showing it to my friend, it's actually, rewatching some of this stuff is great. I don't think anybody was asking about the RG Maker Fez, so at a minimum, that's progress to a point where I think I have a good enough feel for at least where the end of my game is going to be. So that gives me an idea of where they begin, where they end, and I got a good idea of all the stuff in the middle. So now I guess at this point I just got to start and go through it. Or something like that. I guess I'll just have to... I don't know. I really want to read that Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. Especially if that's not everything. I'm guessing that's all of it. I should really double check. Maybe it's not. I'll figure it out. But, yeah, outside of that... yeah, I can't think of anything else. Y'all have a nice week.